A day after the family of slain Babita Deokaran marked a year of her passing, the men accused of killing her are expected to appear in court. The case of the 6 accused has been transferred to the High Court in Johannesburg. Deokaran lifted the lid on corruption within Gauteng's health department. eNCA's Heidi Giokos is following that case and joins us this morning. Good morning, Heidi. We're getting more progress. Yes, yesterday you were with the family, very heartbroken. Yesterday all their wounds were reopened, particularly because not much, or at least as they said yesterday, the mastermind has not been arrested. These are merely hitmen. What do we know, or what are we expecting in court today?
Yeah, so as much as there seems to be some kind of progress with the Babita Deokaran matter, the family does not seem to think so. It's a year on, and as much as 6 men have been arrested in connection with her murder, we do know that the family rather wants the mastermind behind Babita Deokaran's murder to be arrested and be brought to book. We do know that the 6 men were arrested last year. What's going to be happening in court today, it's going to be more of a logistical matter where the state prosecutor together with the defense legal team will decide on a possible trial date. So today is most likely going to be pre-trial. The matter was moved from the Johannesburg Magistrates Court here to the South Gauteng High Court, and this is of course for trial to officially commence. Hopefully it will not be too long until the date is decided on. But as you mentioned, Mfundo, we did get a chance to speak to the family yesterday. There was also a late night memorial at 6 p.m. last night, where many gathered and spoke about how this matter must not die down and the mastermind should be caught. But also those gathering together to protect whistleblowers should keep that up and not just let Babita Deokaran die in vain, because she lifted the lid. She decided to speak out when perhaps it was not safe to do so, and it wasn't safe to do so because she lost her life because of that. She had asked for protection. She had highlighted and red flagged the fact that she had been unearthing serious tender corruption that was happening at Tembisa Hospital, and that of course was ignored. But definitely she has been seen as the hero and very brave that she spoke out about this tender corruption happening at Tembisa Hospital at the time when the country was gripped with the COVID-19 pandemic. So, as I mentioned, pre-trial happening today, unless there are any other issues that will come out in court today. I've actually just seen the state prosecutor walking in, so it's definitely happening today. There were concerns that this could possibly not happen because of the national shutdown, but it seems as though all systems go.
Well, has the family perhaps given their views around Premier David Makhura now appointing an investigative, or rather an independent investigator, to look into this matter a bit further, following even the revelations by News 24?
Yes, I think the work that's been done by News 24 has really brought into sharp focus what Babita Deokaran was unearthing and uncovering. And their work has been used extensively by the family to say this is what Babita was trying to investigate and trying to unearth. And the pressure is mounting for Premier David Makhura to seem to be actually doing something about it. It cannot be a year later where there is so much evidence and so much work that had been already done by Babita Deokaran and the Gauteng government not really acting on that information, as much as it might just be allegations for now. There are apparently tons of emails and documents, SMSs, phone records that allude to the fact that there was serious corruption within Tembisa Hospital, and this is something that the Premier should, try and focus on and possibly investigate and appoint a necessary team to do so. There are calls also, Mfundo, for the management that has possibly been fingered in all of this to be suspended for now, pending the outcomes of this investigation. And many are asking, why has this not been done? So I think it's important that we definitely get these questions to the Premier of Gauteng to say, you've been sitting on this information. The family has been crying out for help. There has been a march to the Premier's office for something to be done about this. So the family has even gone as far to say, yes, we have lost a loved one. Yes, it was terrible how she was killed and gunned down. However, you have this information and you should do something about this, because Babita Deokaran was trying to protect South Africans, taxpayers, and nothing has really been done about that information. So pressure is definitely mounting for Premier David Makhura to actually be seen to do something about this, given the mountains of information that is at his disposal.
Let's hope, because that is that low-hanging fruit. Let's hope that the Premier does action that. He's committed that all of those labour-related matters pertaining to the department will be referred to the head of the department to deal with. Hopefully they can deal with those. But as for the court process, it's very, very long. But we know that insofar as the suspects are concerned, or this whole case, it's been marred by so much controversy. We've had the suspects stating that they were tortured at one point, they fingered Zweli Mkhize at some point, and then retracted that statement and said it's because they were actually tortured into saying that it was him. So quite a lot has happened thus far insofar as those suspects are concerned.
Yes, exactly, Mfundo. And if you actually just look at these 6 suspects, very young men that are being accused of assassinating Babita Deokaran. And it's important that we speak about what they mentioned in their bail application and how they then retracted this. They basically said that they were tortured while they were in custody, and they were basically forced, beaten up to say that the then health minister, or the former health minister rather, because he wasn't health minister when Babita Deokaran was murdered, but apparently he was behind this. This is what they were forced to tell when they were applying for bail, or when they were eventually arrested and asked what actually happened. But it seems as though they retracted that statement and said that they do not believe, or they were not told by the former health minister that he actually ordered the hit on Babita Deokaran. So there's a lot of confusion, there's a lot of controversy around who exactly is behind the killing of Babita Deokaran. But at the end of the day, the 6 accused retracted that statement and said that it was not the former health minister that ordered the hit on Deokaran, and we still don't know who. It doesn't seem as though we're getting much information. But perhaps through trial, the state prosecutor will be able to get some information. Perhaps they have that information at their disposal, and that will be brought out in trial. But as I mentioned, they will be appearing here. They have not been granted bail, given the schedule of offence and the charges that they are facing.
All right, Heidi, we'll leave it there for now. Thank you very much for that update. That's reporter Heidi Giokos out in court monitoring the Babita Deokaran murder case for us. More news of the